Okay, once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to again, I wouldn't say the viewpoints, I would say probably B&E TV Sports, but until I officially figure out what to title these videos, I guess, it's just me being an analyst, really, right now. So, I am currently doing two other things, playing Madden and doing math homework while making this video for everyone. Thank you to the two or three people who've already watched the first version of this video. Because again, this is just me being an analyst on what I do believe that all these teams in the draft need to do this year. And as well, shout out to the people who have supported the 3 songs that I dropped today on this Saturday. I believe today is the 10th, I believe, so February. February the 10th, Saturday. Shout out, God bless everybody who has most definitely supported those songs thus far, which is Observing the World, which is a picture of my dearly beloved good friend, the hotshot Hannah Campbell, who is again a senior, not singer, senior, by the way. Senior night was this past, I believe, Thursday or Tuesday, sometime. I forgot. That was 2 weeks ago. I'm sorry, that was 2 weeks ago. But the point is, that was a picture of her on vacation like a year or two ago. So I just decided to go and put that as the cover for it. I just knew I wanted the cover to be something that had to do with overlooking the world, and that had to do with her, I think, in another country, either in another country or specifically somewhere in the United States. That was where she was, But I just know that it did it for me when I looked around my camera roll to figure out which photo would be the best. That kind of did it just fit for me, to put her as the cover of that. So that is the hotshot Hannah Campbell on the cover of Observing the World. That was the first song that I released today. The second one was titled Look at You, which is a picture of my dearly beloved sister, Olivia Harpster. Now, there's a majority of people, in this case, a majority of girls who, like I said, I look at as they are my sisters, regardless whether they're black, white, it don't matter to me, really. I just look at they are my sisters because of how much I love and care about them, how much I respect them, and other stuff like that, And, she's one of those girls who the first day I met her, I'm like, yeah, that is one of my sisters for real. That is her song called Look at You. I got that title from running into her at Publix 2 or 3 months back. I got that title from that, and I'm like, yeah, I look at you as my sister, as one of my sisters. So that was the second song. The third song was titled We Would Last Forever. Now, that is definitely, if you listen to that song, is dedicated to a moment that me and my good friend Lauren had during volleyball season. We were in the stands supporting our supporting our team, and that was just a moment that, a good moment that me and her had when we were talking about dating. We were talking about other couples, and we were talking about, our potential of dating, and I'm like, yeah, if me and you were to ever date, we would last forever. So I just wanted to, that moment had forever lived on in my mind thus far. And I knew one day I was going to make a song titled We Would Last Forever. I knew I was going to one day make a song titled that, and I ended up finally making it. I actually ended up recording that back in November, by the way, I believe so, back in November. And it's just now released this February. But yeah, that song is there. It's out now. I hope everybody enjoys it. I just wanted to go ahead and make, a song dedicated to that moment that we had. And it was a God's gift blessing. And she's a God's gift blessing. She's going to Davidson, Steph Curry's school. And I'm going to, again, continuously cheer her on and see all the great things that she does there. God first, 116 Unshine. She's a great volleyball player, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. A JJVA star. And, again, just a lot of great things coming for her, of which she is God's gift destined for. But yeah, those are the 3 songs that I dropped today. Observing the World, Look at You, and We Will Last Forever. I'm dropping more, of course, if not today, hopefully tomorrow, hopefully over the next few weeks. I'm just never going to stop dropping music. That is just a part of who I am. It's a part of what I do. and I write too much not to. I got some flows, some melodies, some raps. I got this stuff on lock. So why not continue to keep on releasing it, especially when it's actually helping somebody out there somewhere cope with whatever they need, or it gives them advice and wisdom on how to move forward, or whatever you want to call it. Why not keep on doing music and keep on giving people, stuff to, aspire with, or, aspire to be like, or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, to get back to my QB mock draft part 2, the thing is, like I said, I did look up the draft order of this year's draft, and like I said before, Sam Darnold, I do not see. I see him going number 1 overall if the Browns are just that much into wanting to draft a quarterback number 1 overall. Then sure, yes, Sam Darnold. My big point with them is they need a quarterback that has a strong arm, and they need a quarterback that has little to no bust potential. They need a quarterback that they undoubtedly know they can build with and build around for hopefully the next, 10 years. And, if they must draft a quarterback, I would say you have to, God bless Josh Rosen, but I don't see him getting drafted there. I see it's definitely going to be between Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield. Sorry, Josh Allen, but I do not see Josh Allen going number 1 whatsoever. I just don't see that. Not to say he could, but I don't see him being a Carson Wentz, even though he didn't come from a Division II school. I still don't see Josh Allen being the next Carson Wentz, or whatever you want to call it. God bless all these quarterbacks. Don't ever get me wrong to ever think I'm bashing any of these quarterbacks. I wish them all the guys give, honorable and humble best. But I just know what I see as an analyst with these guys going and where I don't see them going. I see if Sam Darnold goes number 1, that's great, but I see it's either going to be between Sam Darnold or Baker Mayfield for number 1. I do not see the Giants drafting a quarterback at number 2, even though this is rare for them to even be in a position to do it. But I'm telling you, at least the Giants, the way I feel, they should not draft a quarterback at number 2. They just should not. They should draft Saquon Barkley if the Browns don't get him, or they should draft somebody who, a good offensive lineman, like draft somebody, if you ask me, who can make an immediate impact on this team. Like you can plug him in day 1, and he's going to make an immediate impact. Not some dude that, again, God bless the quarterbacks, but obviously the quarterbacks are probably going to have to sit for a good year or 2 behind Eli until Eli either gets hurt or retires. Again, of course, we're not wishing injury on anybody, but that is the fact. Until he either gets hurt or he retires. And the way I look at it, again, I just don't see the Giants drafting quarterback number 2. But if they do, then good luck, and I wish them the absolute God's gift, honorable, humble best, so forth and so forth. And the Colts, if anything, the Colts need to be drafting, again, somebody to help out Andrew Luck. They need to draft an offensive lineman, or they need to draft a wide receiver. They need to draft offense, not defense, number 3 overall. And I don't understand why in the world the Browns at number 4 would draft a cornerback. Somebody tell me why in the world the Browns number 4 would draft a cornerback. Because no offense, didn't the Browns go ahead and think that they could go all defense last year in the first round, and look what that got them? That didn't change life in Cleveland at all, did it? I think that's what they did last year. They went all defense in the first round. If I'm not mistaken, that did not change life in Cleveland whatsoever, if I'm not mistaken. So the point is, to Cleveland, do not make that mistake in thinking that, okay, we cannot go offense in the first round this year, and think that, oh, we're not gonna have a repeat of next year. Last year, I say what they do. They draft Saquon Barkley number 1, and they draft a quarterback number 4. That's what I said they should do. But that is just my own opinion of, me being an analyst. Josh Rosen should not go to the Giants, I don't think. I think he should definitely go to probably the Broncos, And if not the Broncos, just don't go to the Browns, I would say. And I'm not saying that as like, oh, don't go to the Browns as though they're bad luck for quarterbacks. No, I'm not saying it like that. I'm saying I just don't see him fitting there. I just don't see Josh Rosen fitting there with the Browns. I don't. That's just my opinion, though. But I do not see him fitting in there nicely with them whatsoever. So, and by the way, I just threw an interception in Madden. But we still beat the Jets 41-35. But, and the Jets as well. I don't see the Jets drafting another quarterback. They just drafted 2 years ago and 3 years ago. They got 2 young quarterbacks right there. Don't draft a quarterback in the first round, Jets. Not unless you're willing to trade Christian Hackenberg or Bryce Petty. Don't do it. I don't see that happening. I don't see Saquon Barkley even falling number 9 to the San Francisco 49ers. I don't see how that happens. When almost every team in this top 9 could use a running back, I believe so. I totally agree with the Bears drafting a wide receiver for their young quarterback, Mitchell Trubisky. I totally see that. But I do not see the Saquon Barkley falling to number 9. Somebody in that top 5 is going to get him. Somebody in that top 8 is going to get him. I believe somebody in the top 5 is going to get Saquon Barkley. I believe it should be the Browns. I believe the Browns should go ahead and attack quarterback and attack wide receiver right there with the first and fourth pick. But you got to really be very strategic with it. Which one had the better potential of being there at number 4? And I can assure you this, at least the way I feel about it. If any of these teams take my advice, Saquon Barkley has no chance at being there, number 4. I think most definitely Rosen, or again, I don't think Rosen should be drafted by Cleveland, but regardless whether it's Rosen, Darnold, Allen, whoever, I don't see. I mean, I see those guys being available in number 4, because Indy ain't drafting a quarterback. They got Andrew Luck. Giants, they don't need to draft one in the first round. That is, they could trade back up if they wanted to, but I don't see them taking one number 2 overall. I don't see them taking 1, 2, no, not unless they're just in love with that guy so much where we know he's our successor, or he can compete to be our successor with Davis Webb. Other than that, I totally believe that number 1, it should be Saquon Barkley. Number 2, it should be an offensive lineman or wide receiver for the Giants. Number 3, it should be, again, same thing, offensive line. Somebody on offensive line, a wide receiver for Indy. 4, it should be a quarterback such as Baker Mayfield or Sam Darnold. Number 5, it should probably be, and if Baker Mayfield doesn't go number 4 or anywhere in the top 4, I can definitely see the Broncos being might want him. But at the same time, I can also tell you, Broncos be very strategic with this pick, because I would hate for you all to be like, yeah, we're going to draft them. But then what about Paxton Lynch? Somebody's got to get traded eventually, right? So I really do see that, if anything, the Broncos should not draft the quarterback 5th overall. If anybody, they should draft somebody to continuously help improve their defense or their offensive line, or draft a wide receiver. I can't fully say what all these teams should do, because I didn't watch every team last year. If anything, Dolphins, draft yourself a quarterback. I totally agree with that. Draft a quarterback, even though one of these analysts on CBS Sports has the Dolphins drafting a guard. I'm sorry. Good job, Ryan Tannehill, towards, I guess, getting back this upcoming season, even though I'm not a big fan of you as a quarterback, that is. Yeah, but at the same time, I don't see, again, after coming from the 2 injuries I think that Ryan Tannehill has had over these 2 years, I don't see Ryan Tannehill I don't see them getting a guard for him at number 11. If anything, I see them drafting his replacement, honestly. Again, I think the Dolphins is one of those teams that really needs to get somebody in there to compete with Tannehill, compete with Moore, compete with whoever else. Because they can make a playoff run. Not saying deep into a playoff, but they can make a playoff run. But they have to have consistent, good quarterback play. So, ladies and gentlemen, more mock draft analysis coming soon. Thank you all for listening, watching, viewing, subscribing. Me, your boy, the man, NJ to the City, out. God bless.